Like, call the meeting to order. We all stand for the Lord's Prayer. Slowly. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Hunt.
Present.
Mr. Minor.
Here.
And Mr. Garwood.
Here. Fellas, did you have an opportunity to review the minutes of October 15th, 2015?
I have, sir, and I move a motion that be approved as presented.
And I'll second that.
Thank you.
Pat, they'll stand approved and presented. So what do you have for us?
A couple keeping things. The Hefner lawn care, let's address that while we're up front here. Does everybody have a copy of the bill? I gave you one, didn't I, Barry?
I never come out and got it. I forgot.
Oh, okay. Well, I have another one here, if you want it, and we'll look at it. I've got Carl's here too, I believe. Or maybe it was in that packet. Was it in there?
What you handed out?
Yeah, like I gave you last time. Anyhow. There's a copy here, but let me tell you what it entails.
Is it these two bills?
Yes. 5363 and 987, yeah. Carl doesn't have one, and Barry can have this one, because I have another one here.
Give one to Barry.
Anyhow, what we're looking at is we received some bills, two bills as a matter of fact, from Hefner Lawn Care. This has nothing to do with the regular bill because those are already paid. These are external things. The one I want to look at first is the one for the Coleman property. And tell me if we can pay by this. I have a problem with it. It's billed to the Coleman property. Metz Road, Columbiana, Ohio. Doesn't have Fairfield Township written on this bill anyplace.
I noticed it.
I know. I don't.
It should have been sent to us regarding the Coleman property.
Right.
Because it's my understanding, I talked with the auditor. Evidently, there's a real narrow window to put these things on the taxes, and we've passed it. So next September, we're going to have to get this on the real estate tax.
But don't you think we need an invoice that says what it's all about?
Yeah.
Do you want to let me pay it as is, or do you want to?
I would prefer just to hold the check until you get the paperwork that you need.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I would like to have it made payable to Fairfield Township trustees regarding the Coleman property.
Right.
That's the way it should be.
Okay, well, we'll put that in the form of a motion, if you would, and approve this to being paid but not released until the proper
Right.
documentation's here.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and this bill that we're discussing right now is for $987, and that's for cleaning up the Coleman property on Metz Road. So, resolution.
$987?
Yes, it's on that paper there, Carl, that Bob just gave you. There's a copy of it.
I think it's the second page. The smaller amount.
Resolution number 2015-112. I'm not going to go through the verbiage of it again, but it's Resolution
Right.
2015-112 for $987, as we just spoke about, approving to pay it but not release it until we get the proper documentation.
Do you want to call him Pat, or do you want Barbara to talk to him, or how do you?
You know what, I think, I don't mind talking to him, but maybe it'd come better coming from you guys. He came, today, I was there, but he put the bill on the porch. I was going to talk to him when he came. And I didn't know it was there, and I went, looked outside, and the bill was stuck in my little box on the porch. But I was there all day, so I don't know how I missed him, but I don't think he rang the bell. But nonetheless.
I want to get home tonight. And you
Yeah.
want it billed to Fairfield Township Trustees
Regarding the Coolman
regarding
property.
the Coleman property.
Yeah. Okay, did someone make that a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
Mr. Hum,
Yes.
Mr. Minor,
Yes.
Mr. Garwood.
Yes.
Okay, now, that takes care of that one. Now we have one
The cemetery.
for the cemetery one. And that's $5,363. Now, it's made out to the trustees, and it just says, well, it does say, he did put East Fairfield Cemetery up here. So this one, I feel that we can pay as it is, but what we need to do is, and I looked this up, I have two line items. One is in the general fund. I have a cemetery contract for services appropriated $5,000, and there's also in the general fund for cemeteries other for $2,000. It's already been appropriated when we approved the appropriations the first of the year. If you want to pay that all out of the general fund, I'm thinking that's probably the best way to go,
Okay.
because the cemetery runs pretty close, and I'm sure that stuff's going to
Right.
keep going up.
Right. Well, they did a lot of work out there. I mean...
At the cemetery?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't been down.
Oh,
And
Lord.
they did a neat job too.
Yeah.
Because they went in and actually specifically placed in low areas because...
What amazed me, though, $1,700 worth of grass seed?
Yeah. Well, I think the
I don't
road,
know, how many acres is that cemetery? Gotta be.
the road folks hauled down about 15 loads of dirt, so you figure...
He's got 101 hours of labor. Anyhow, this amount is $5,363.
Yeah, however you want to pay it, that's fine.
Okay. I think we ought to pay it out of what's already been appropriated.
Okay, so you want a motion, a resolution?
Yes,
to that
yes, I
effect?
do. Resolution number 2015-113 to pay from general fund, and I'll put the information in this too, approving to take it from general fund for the cemetery at East Fairfield for $5,363. And someone will make that a motion, please.
So moved. Second.
Mr. Hum,
Yes.
Mr. Meyer,
Yes.
and Mr. Garwood.
Yes.
Okay, now...
So what we're going to have to be careful of, if we do any other improvements, we're going to have to make sure we move the money first and then get an estimate, I guess, and then have them go do
I'm
it.
thinking that's probably a good idea.
Because that $5,000, it's a lot of money, but when you go to the cemetery, they did a lot of work. I mean, there was
Well, my
straw
suggestion
everywhere.
is, I don't care what you do next year, but I think unless it's really super lot, we ought to back off a little bit till we get...
Yeah.
I do have a little bit appropriated in, I didn't write it down. In the regular cemetery fund, I do have $2,000 appropriated available, but I just as soon leave that in a cemetery fund.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we're going to do anything this year. I mean,
No,
we don't have anything planned, but I know.
Because really, East Fairfield probably was the worst for the settlement. And then we discussed Cool Springs for drainage, but that's going to be something that we could,
Yeah.
East Fairfield was just start at. I think it was it's a good start.
Well, the money's done, we don't need to reappropriate it,
Yeah.
but do you want me to do like a now for then? I bet I should.
Yeah, I think you should.
Now for then.
Because that's the start of one of the 6 cemeteries, so then we can continue to systematically.
Okay, well, the money, we don't have to reappropriate, it's already appropriated,
That's
but
fine. Thank you.
I always have done that just for in case we do something else. Let me see. Cemetery, the Coleman property. I think that is basically, the other thing I have to talk about, and I don't know if this is any big affair or not, talking with Joyce about our insurance, she is telling me that the vision insurance renews the same time that the medical does because they're billed on one invoice. That's not supposed to start till December the 1st. We approved that to be, I don't know if I kept a copy of the resolution out. Hang on till I see if I got it. Group, dental, and vision. It's on the same resolution as we've always done in dental and vision together. But the insurance costs for the vision did not, dental renewal for the current members of the road crew increases. For vision, the costs remain the same. So it's not any increase.
Right.
I just wonder if we should approve that it's going to be that it's invoiced with the medical, and she says it'll renew with the medical.
So what do you want?
I don't know. I'm
Resolution?
trying to think. I'm thinking we better do something too.
Because the vision and the dental was resolution 102.
Yes, yes. I have a copy of that here too, Barry. I picked it up here. 101 is the vision and dental.
So what would you like us to do?
102 is the health insurance. Is it not right what you have?
Yeah. Well, I was just looking because relocate the 2 voting precincts was 100, right?
I believe so. Here, it's in here. Oh, God. Wait, I'll get my book out. I think 100, Bob, in there's a menu from you. I think that you're right. There's 101, 102, and 100, 101, and 102, I believe, all in a row.
100 was the voting precincts. 101 was,
The dental and vision, 102 was health,
yes.
103 was the group life. And then 104 is where we changed it to a 10-month renewal.
Right. Now, I did pull this monthly comparison thing out of the insurance packet. The vision premium, that does not go up, but the health does, and I always come on one bill. I don't know what to... Did I have Barry, on that resolution, did I put a renewal date of December the 1st? Was that in there?
101?
Yes. Probably be on the back. The cost, December 1, yearly dental renewal for the current members. And for vision, the costs remain the same as 15. So that's as close as that comes, but I'd say that's what that meant. From the very last paragraph on further the cost
Yeah,
of...
you've got December 1.
Yeah, 2015, and that's what this little... I copied it from this because that's what we approved. This is the one where we got those... Because tonight's bill doesn't have the increase on it, because this is November's. Next month we'll have the increase that comes to what? 666,707. And between that and the vision, it's $67.23.99 for 1 month.
So what would you like to do? Because there's no increase with the vision.
No.
And we approved it.
And we approved it for this date,
Yeah,
so do you think it's okay the way it is?
I would think we're okay.
Okay.
If there were, like, if you had gotten something that the vision insurance went up, then I think we would have to do a resolution approving the
Yeah, no,
additional cost.
it remains the same. Does that say that in that resolution?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure about that. Because did you understand that? I didn't understand that when she was talking about it. I thought it was only the health one that they were concerned about.
That was my understanding at the time, too.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
Okay.
I agree.
all right, good enough. I think maybe that's all the issues I have. I may have something else, but... And like I say, I did talk with Mel tonight, or this morning I did, and he said he does not need any yeah, sure, purchase orders. So, I
And
think
you
he
did mark them down as excuse.
Yes, I did.
And Kim's got a meeting going on next door.
Mhm.
Carl?
I have to thank everybody, especially Bob Hung, for his help in getting me reelected. That's wonderful.
Anything else?
And I hope I can work as hard at the job as I have in the past.
Well, we're going to make sure you do.
We're going to start giving you things, Carl.
Is that it?
Yes.
Barry?
Oh, 2-3 years ago, we talked about the idea about having maybe a walking trail out here.
Yes.
Kind of haven't really forgotten about it. It's just time goes, and to revisit that a little bit, I've been talking to Dan Vargo. Dan and I actually walked the property yesterday. Just kind of looking to see where it might be conducive to utilize the 16 acres that we have here.
Yeah.
Into a walking trail. And I've also, was it Mitchell Park? Was it the young boy's name? Randy's son, was it Mitchell?
I forget. I'm not sure.
That
Sounds right. But
Yeah.
He's still been talking about, the Middleton and
Right.
the pavilion, and I threw it out to him. I said, we've talked about a walking trail in the past. Would you consider maybe doing something out at the township facility?
Right.
I haven't heard back from him yet, as far as I did meet him out here with his father Saturday, and we kind of looked around, and I said, it's something I want to bring back up to the trustees. I think at one time we were receptive to doing it. It's just we got busy and didn't make it happen. So I guess I've been starting to look at that a little bit. And yeah, it's just some beautiful property down through there. We could walk out around the lake, get down in the woods where they used to when the school was here at one point in
Right.
time. And, maybe I can go to the Boy Scouts meeting and try to get some interest. It's my understanding they meet on Monday nights down at Methodist Church.
Because it would make a nice equal project.
Right.
I'm going to throw something out. What happens with insurance there?
Like what?
I mean, the
We're
liabilities
okay.
all covered with the...
Yeah, we're okay.
And that's was Dan and I's thoughts, because Mel was even in when we were talking. We were concerned about the liability of insurance. I felt that Otarma and what we have for property would probably be sufficient. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Then Bob, I know you've thrown out a few different times, about the old home here. What are we going to do with that? Whether we would try to sell it for somebody to relocate it, whether we tear it down. I don't know what
We did that
our
one.
other options are, And then maybe we could make a parking lot here for the trail to keep the people from being around the equipment through the daytime.
Right.
Just kind of thinking out loud here, I guess.
Well, we've talked, initially, we were gonna have a track out front here, walking track, a 1 mile, but everyone was walking up at Crestview. So we didn't want to reinvent the wheel. And then we talked about, because Vargo was involved with that several years ago, about a walking trail and that. I think that would be nice to do that. And we do have additional parking. The house next door, you know, personally, I would like to sell it if we could, because it's a well-built house. If somebody could move it, it would be great. But a couple meetings ago, and then when we had Ginther here, you know, there's all sorts of grant money for safety forces. I would love to put a little substation next door, fire station, and get the 3 fire departments involved with it. We got a well over there, we got septic over there, and it wouldn't have to be anything complicated, because like the trailer, the foam trailer that you were talking about, if we had like a 3-bay, they make these prefab things, steel buildings and whatever, put like 3 bays in there. And we could store equipment in there if they want to store a truck in there, because this is the center of the township.
Well, and you're right, and we've had those discussions before.
Yeah.
And I think it's, you know, something that we could definitely look at, Bob, because...
And I don't think we'd have to, I think there's grant money out there to do that. And let the 3 fire departments work out how they want to, you know, maybe they want to run an ambulance out of it.
Right. For the southern part.
Because Columbiana's talked about, they want to build a fire station out there towards the industrial park. But that hasn't come to be. Eventually it probably will be, but why not have a little substation here for all 3 departments? I just think that would be, we'd be providing a better response.
And if we could advertise that house even for one, for sale for removal, we would at least have a little bit of a stipend to some seed money to start looking
Right.
at. And I know it's getting into a tough time of year for somebody going to want to buy a house and move a house now, but maybe in the spring it's something we should look at long and hard, is advertising that thing and maybe start moving.
Because I think if we had, you know, that money was bought with fire levy money.
Yep.
And if we get the grant, put that structure there, all we need, you know, a restroom for 2. And if they want to have classrooms or something like that, they can pull a truck out or whatever and set up the tables and do that. And I'll bet most of it, the grant money would pay for probably the whole project.
Yeah. So I think a lot of that goes hand in hand, you know, with the trail, we can kind of locate the parking lot over there, put a building over there, and it all starts with getting that house out of there.
Would we still own it?
Yes. Yeah. It would belong to the township, and it would be part of the fire levy fund. Just, you know, how we cut the grass over there differently and that kind of stuff.
So you need a motion to
No, I'm
sell
just,
the building?
no, we're just kind of thinking out loud, Carl. But I just think it would be ideal.
Yes.
Especially with the railroad tracks, with what's going on with the tracks. I mean, Salem's had some real issues with the railroad here lately. And safety forces, when you need an ambulance, you want it now.
Yes.
You don't want them to have to go clear out the Route 7 and swing around.
Because you even see some of the private independents set in locations.
Yeah.
And we could have a satellite location for even private independents to be over there.
Whoever's interested.
Correct.
I think as long as we own the structure and we say, listen guys, you 3 fire companies are here, we offer you this to make you provide us with a better service. And go from there.
Yeah. You know, because we've discussed this before, I think it's just, you know, we've got some time now that maybe we can put that as a blueprint. Maybe in the spring we can start working on all that.
Just start, like, getting the fire departments all involved and the ambulances people, and just start thinking about something.
Yes.
Safety services, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because Columbiana, you know, on this side of the tracks, it would be quicker for an ambulance to leave here to go that way It'd be quicker to go this way. Because how many accidents have we had on 558 and 517? It's
Just
like-
lately, another one.
There was another one I read.
And everyone, as long as they've got the right equipment here, you respond here and you go.
Okay, just some thoughts, I think that, look at it, and go from there. The only other thing I had on that resolution for the health care, I'd seen that it was just a typo, because I had voted no, actually, on that.
Oh, let me look, let me get my copy. Did I make them all yes?
Yes,
Yes, I yes, so yes, huh?
yeah, so for the group health insurance.
Well, that should not be, I know that's how they wrote it, let me find it here. What's the number on it? 102?
102.
102.
Yes, I did, didn't I? Okay, let's do one to amend it.
Okay.
Amend resolution number 2015-102.
It's only been about 6 weeks ago.
Should be, no. I can tell you what I did, but that's not going to make any difference. I mapped it in, I betcha.
That's all right.
That's okay. So we do read your stuff, Pat.
Thank you. I'm glad somebody does. Sometimes they're pretty lengthy.
Yes, some of them are.
That's all I had, sir.
We need to do a resolution here. Let's see, resolution number 2015-114. We're going to amend the resolution, the vote on the resolution number 2015-102.
Right. Carl, you want to make that?
So moved.
Second.
Bob?
Yes.
Barry?
Yes.
Carl?
Yes.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
No big deal.
It's fixed now. It's history. The people that operate the voting precinct, they love this building.
Good.
They love it. However, the room next door has like an echo chamber. So I was wondering, since winter's coming, since the guys did such a nice job here in the hallway, if we could maybe put a ceiling next door.
Mel and I talked about that last week.
Oh, you did? Okay.
He was saying about the echo. He said, "Boy, it'd drive me crazy being in here all day long with that echo." So
Well,
he's going to start.
They would like a ceiling.
How do we know, this is the, what room do you call this?
Swope meeting.
Slope room, meeting room. What do we call that one? And that one's what, just the office?
That's really zoning commission, because a lot of times they meet over there.
Meeting room for any
Yeah.
government agency that wants to use it?
Right, we've held our executive.
I lost my cane.
Yeah, I don't see it, Carl.
I have one, you want to borrow mine?
I got one in the truck.
You can use mine, I don't know if it's going to be the right height or not, but
I don't think you brought it in, Carl, when we came in.
I should put it in the closet, you can use that one. Can you get through?
Thank you.
So if we could maybe put that on our list of things to do, and since voting's over with, we talked about the painting. I mean, those are nice winter projects.
Yeah, I'd get a hold of Davidson's and see if he'd still be interested, because we just backed off, we just ran out of time, and then he'll probably slow up a little bit in the wintertime, I'm not sure, but maybe I'll see him this week.
And they're nice little projects. They don't involve a
Davidson's
whole lot of
painting.
money.
Oh,
I'm not sure if that's what he calls his company, but
Then Pat gave us the high EPA notice with this, and all this is that Alliance has made a deal with some farmers in the area, and they're taking their hydrated waste from Alliance and bringing it here, putting it on the fields. And supposedly, this human waste is supposed to increase the pH and stabilize the ground.
I should have.
So that's
That's
what
what that
this
was all about.
EPA is about, yeah.
Did you get one?
So we're gonna have a lot
Did
of...
you get one?
Yes. Yeah, it's on my truck.
And that's why we were notified in the health department.
I think I have it here someplace.
And I think one of the local truckers, that's who's gonna haul
And where are they putting it at?
it. In fields, farm fields.
Oh.
You know, instead of cleaning out your barn, they're gonna clean out the waste plant in Alliance.
Oh.
So that's what that was about. And there's gonna be increased traffic in the area in case anybody asks about it. Well, we don't have any visitors tonight. We do have the press here.
I'm going to throw one thing out. I'm sorry,
Okay.
man. This is an example of what that Constellation Energy has sent to the customers, because it threw me for a minute too, and I'll bet the rest of them won't know what's going on with that name change.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the enrollment notice has been mailed to everybody, and if you don't want it, you have to return this.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that has all been mailed.
Yeah, you have to opt out.
Right.
You're in if you want to.
Right. And while we're talking about that, did you have a copy of that original contract?
Original contract.
Well, whatever we did not so long ago.
I mailed it to you or gave it to you. If you need another one, let me know.
I thought I put it in the file, and I looked and I didn't find it, but maybe
Okay.
it's stuck in somewhere.
Well, let me write myself a note. Because we did that, what, a couple meetings
Yes,
ago?
yes,
Okay.
It's in the meetings, but I don't have it attached to my minutes for some reason.
Pat,
Yes.
thank you.
Oh, okay. You found it, huh?
Yeah.
All right, I'll pull that out, Pat.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Rogers, you got anything you want to say, since we're short on guests tonight? Mr. Shield?
I'll wait till it's your turn. Who knows where it will go?
All right. Motion to adjourn, guys.
So move.
7:30 p.m. I like it.